Okay, today I thought we might check out one of my favorite PC games. It's kin to Age of Empires, which is a more popular title, well-known title of the strategic gaming genre. It is called Tzar, Burden of the Crown. Right now I'm moving some soldiers over here and positioning them in a way to show you one of the problems it has, but it's not a major problem, as I think you'll realize. It's just something you have to, from time to time, fiddle with. And that's the movement. You can tell these soldiers are highlighted or selected. They all have this little box around them. And they have this number also. In this case it's the number 2. I just selected the monk by himself. I guess he's actually the priest, the advanced monk. But the number is assigned to them the same way you do for Age of Empires, which is to press the control key and hold it down, and then while pressing the control key, press one of the number keys. In this case I assigned this group the number 2. When you point and right click to a destination, that moves the individual that's selected, and if it happens to be another individual, then he'll try to move as close to that individual as possible, or if it's an enemy, he'll try to attack it. In this case it's the same force, so they don't attack each other. Now, I'm not sure what this guy's doing down here. Appears to be an archer. Oh, it's my ally's archer. What I can tell is that he's yellow, marked yellow. My characters are blue. Here on the mini-map you can see where the blue is my forces. Red is one of my enemies. Green just got wiped out. He was right here. Yellow is my ally, and this pink-purple is another enemy. Well, let's go back while they're doing that to our large army, group number 2. And we're going to show you one problem they have. Here's an example of it actually already. When I had moved them back to here, all of them didn't make it. This guy didn't make it. That guy's still in the doorway there. You can't hardly tell maybe, but he's a janissary, strong cavalry unit. And what I want to do is move them over to here, but I'll show you how difficult that can be. This little heads up area shows you it's 43 units. They're all operating at 100%. But now I right clicked one time on this watchtower, so they should be drawn to the watchtower. I just did it again, so it's actually a second time they were drawn to the watchtower. But see what's happening here? Because a couple of units were held up in the doorway, all of these units stopped. Now they were waiting for a couple of units to clear, but once those units cleared, they didn't continue to move. This guy's continuing to try to move, but he didn't know that everybody else is waiting for the units to clear that have already cleared. So we're going to go over here and click it again. And that sort of is a new command to, hey, come on, it's clear, come on, go. So now they're going through again. But probably, and likely it's not, that's how it usually happens, a few will still lag because they were waiting for other units to clear, and then when the other units finally cleared, well, now we got a real blockage, they were kind of left out of the pool. So these guys made it. We're going to let them go ahead and gather with the rest of them over here. But meanwhile, these guys can't go any further at this point, because one of our allies, his cavalry unit, is blocked in the doorway. So all we can do is back up, hope he clears, which he did, and now try to get them to go back through. And obviously this is going to be time consuming, it's a pain in the butt. You can lose units this way, leave them behind. By having them assigned a number, you don't have to assign numbers, but by having them assigned a number, it means that you can always call them again if you look for that group can always recall the group 2, and if there's stragglers somewhere like these two guys, they'll be part of that group and tell that group to go somewhere, and then they will eventually try to get through if there was a bottleneck like that. So that's just one of the pain in the butt for the game. One of the mechanics of the game is the problem, but overall it's really not a big deal. You just have to get used to dealing with it. I just reselected the whole group 2. So now let's see how hard it is to get through an open door. See, this doorway was partially blocked by water and by wood, and so they were kind of having trouble getting through. I don't think I could get through this side at all because of the wood. And this side had a narrow path because of the little lake there, water and water here, so that was a partial gateway, whereas these are wide open gateways, and there's 3 of them, so they ought to be able to get through there alright. I'm going to go up here and just claim this little building that right now is claimed for red because that red eye. Now it just got claimed for blue. It's called a magic gateway. And these are random buildings assigned across the map at various places. When you select that as an option, you can also deselect it so that it doesn't have any of the magic gateways. But what magic gateways do in a campaign game is they give you points and they allow you to create characters you can't create otherwise. There's the orc and the dwarf and the ghost and the skeleton. 4 unique characters that can't be built any other way than to go out and find a magic gateway and to claim it, such as my troops just did. Now I wanted to check and see if everybody moved out, and see with one click everybody that was gathered here around this tower moved to the magic gateway because there was plenty of passage. There was plenty of easy way to get through. So that shows you a little bit about how the blockage can definitely terrain can definitely bottleneck some of your troops away from where you would like them to go.